Can you think of a moment in your life when you said to yourself, "This is my lowest point. This is my rock bottom"? Can you remember the feeling in your stomach? Stressfully laying awake in bed? It's sometimes very hard to think about these terrible moments that we have in life. But when you think of those moments, can you look back now to see how they changed you? You might also have been the observer of someone else's lowest moments. What did you feel and what do you do during these moments? Hello, my name is Manuel Cardona. Today I'm excited to talk to you about Link Notages, play Fabulation, that shows moment after moment of trouble for the main character, Undine. While the play has many interesting parts, my analysis will focus on how theater can call attention to how life circumstances can change our core values. Theater can call us to reevaluate where we invest our time and energy. Fabulation showcases this phenomenon well. I choose this focus because I personally relate to this aspect of the play the most. I hope that this reflection gives you a new perspective on the positive and negative moments in your life. Link Notages has said ultimately, we are incredible, resilient creatures. People really do get on with the business of living today. Let's take a deeper look at how Fabulation causes audience to reflect on rock bottom moments and the humanity's ability to overcome and transform the face of adversity. I will briefly touch a bit more about myself and my background, giving you context as to why rock bottom moments are important to me. We will also briefly look at the author's background, giving us context as to why Link Notages may have wanted to tell this story. At the point, it's time to summarize key moments in the play, starting with a highlight of how unlikable the successful Undine is. We will showcase a few moments of how she falls from her powerful positions and the transformation that she eventually has in her mind and spirit. Finally, I will briefly describe how this theater piece encouraged to me to reconsider difficult life moments and my feelings about them. I am an immigrant from Venezuela and I have been in the United States for 5 years. My parents were both born in Colombia and my father owned a successful business that allowed me to go to college in Venezuela. The day after my 18th birthday, my father passed away. Thank God we all had so recently spent time together, but my whole life changed. I had to take over the business. I had to pass college. I overcome the challenge then. Venezuela fell into a political crisis and I had to move to the United States, getting a job as a dishwasher and Uber driver to restart again. I moved to San Francisco to restart my education first with English, then with biotechnology. COVID took away my job opportunities and made classes move to online, which was very hard for me, but I did make it. As you can see in this photo, after 2.5 years, I graduated with an associate degree in biotechnology from City College. I was able to celebrate with my family, some near and some far. These rock bottom moments in my life, my dad dying, my losing my successful business, and COVID, they were all painful today. I have a strong faith and I believe my own values and character are better than the person I was before. These struggles, watching Fabulation showcase the struggles and falls of Undine Wealth also showed that she actually was become a kinder, more in touch person with her family and friends. Fabulation helped me look at my own transformation after hitting those rock bottom moments in my life. Before I summarize the play itself, let's first take a step back and look both at the author's background. Kingsley, a teacher with a master's from Arizona State University, summarized it well. Essentially, understanding the reason behind the writing will help with the understanding of the writing. English is my second language, and the extra author context helped me understand. Link Notages was born in New York City and grew up in Brooklyn in New York City. Her parents both worked as professionals full-time, and they were also involved in social justice movement for Black people in America. She started writing plays even when she was a child. She had an opportunity to go to med school but followed her calling to be a storyteller through theater. Nourish herself explained, "What I can do that many won't do is that I can listen to your story from beginning to the end, and I will do it with patience and will do it with compassion." To be a great playwright, having empathy and listening helps, and Nourish has been a great playwright. She has earned awards like MacArthur Fellowship, 2 Pulitzer Prizes for drama, and one Time Magazine's most influential people. In the first scene of Fabulation, we are introduced to Undine. The character is shown as someone very successful who has lots of money and influence with important people all over New York City. However, as the dialogue of the play continues, Undine grows to be less likable. By the second, every interaction she has is buzzy, rude, and self-centered. And one moment, when her assistant mentions something doesn't feel right, Undine pressures her, sarcastically reminding her that she would be fired if she was not successful. This is a great example of satire, using exaggeration to make fun of what he holds in high esteem. Many people chase financial wealth to get happiness, but money is not the right path to happiness. The moral lesson of this satire is clear. Meaningful connections and relationships are more valuable than money. There are many rock bottoms in the play, but each of them actually helps rebuild Undine's broken values. First, Undine loses her job because her husband stole all of her money. This pushes her to move back home with her family. This helps her reconnect with her history and her family. The audience learned how Undine had lied to people, changing her name and saying that her family died in a fire. But the rock bottom moment pushed Undine to reconsider her relationships. Next, our main character finds out she is pregnant. Without money or assistance, Undine has to use a government support system. They are frustrating and slow, but Undine has to learn patience and acceptance that she needs to help of others. Finally, Undine was arrested for a drug deal. Even though she was not a drug user, it showed that in low moments the world can still feel unfair. It forces Undine to learn empathy for other people. She previously judged as low inside society and now helping her and becoming her friends. One recovering drug addict becomes a love interest throughout the second act of the play. This man cares more about Undine than her ex-husband ever did. Each of these experiences helps Undine to develop a better moral character than she had when she had a lot of money. She values people and relationships more with each rock bottom experience. The play's final scene is that of Undine giving a birth. She has no money, requires government assistance, and is becoming single mother. She's no longer a high-profile executive, but she has grown so much as a person and is now rich in friendships, relationships with her family, and in a spirit of perseverance. She's a better version of herself than in the opening act. Reflecting on these transformations and the entire play, there were some moments of attempted humor in the play. Much like we all try to find ironic or funny moments when times get really tough. The audience may have started not liking Undine at all, but in time, as the play goes on, Undine's rock bottom moments helps her to gain a better moral comeback. In conclusion, remember that our playwright Lynn Norris has said, "Ultimately, we are incredible, resilient creatures. People really do get on with business of living. And so many times when things get really difficult, we want to quit or give up. We want to be a bit selfish, but this work of theater calls attention to how life circumstances can change our core values. It calls us to reevaluate if we want to give up or instead reinvest our time and energy into the people and relationships that are the most important. Especially in the hardest moments, rock bottom moments can be a positive force for good to our values." That is what Fabulation did to me personally. I hope you can see the play with the perspective as well. Thank you very much.